Tonight's class is going to be focused on hamstrings. And so the whole back of the leg, we're going to be focusing on getting a good stretch there. And so let's start with a little breathing practice. So we always like to have a full, complete yoga practice. So find a comfortable seated posture, either with your legs folded in front of you or underneath you. And then take a big breath in and feel the tallness in your spine. On the exhale, letting the shoulders drop away from the ears. Just feeling inside of you and the breath inside of you. Let's start with the nose and feeling the inhale. And then the exhale. And just following a little deeper breath coming in through the nose. Right up to that third eye and slowly exhaling. And on your next breath, feeling the breath swirling in the back of the throat. Releasing and exhaling that breath. The coolness of the inhale and the warmth of the exhale. Bringing your attention now more into your throat and feeling the breath as it passes through the trachea, the windpipe. You might even feel the breath as it passes behind the sternum. And then staying very soft, and see if you can actually feel the breath expand the lungs. Not so much the movement of the muscles, but really expanding the lungs themselves. And then sensing the movement, gentle though it may be, in the shoulders. The subtle movement of the arms. Bringing your attention to your ribs, can you feel them lift and fold with the exhale? Coming right down to the base of the ribs where the diaphragm is, and feeling the breath here. Let the breath be a little deeper on the inhale and a little longer on the exhale as you draw your navel in. Coming into the lower belly, filling the belly with the breath. And on the exhale, drawing that core in and letting that exhale happen. And feeling that breath all the way down into the pelvic floor, filling and exhaling, drawing those muscles in. And then kind of zooming out and feeling the breath in the whole body here, filling and releasing. Drink in another breath. Letting it go, bringing your attention over your heart now. Letting your heart lift just a bit. And just check in with what intention might be growing in you tonight. What do you want to center your practice around? Patience, presence, sweetness. Gently begin to rotate your whole upper body in a circle. Thinking of the tailbone as being the tip of that fulcrum. And just rotating the crown of the head forward, off to one side, back, and around in a circle, like you're drawing a big circle with the crown of your head. And then switching direction. Gently moving in that circle. And then coming to stillness and begin with the nose, drawing the infinity sign to lubricate the neck. Sweeping left, up, down, right, back and forth. And gently moving your shoulders now, swimming the shoulders, rolling them, letting the shoulder come up towards the ears, and then feel the shoulder blade come down the back. Bring your hands up into a cactus posture so the elbow is pretty much at the level of the shoulder, and then let the shoulder blades come together. Bring the hands down, and then rotate the hands back up and squeeze the shoulder blades. Inhale and exhale, lifting the heart. And again. Plant your hands behind your hips. Just feel the front of your hips open up a little bit. You might even lift through the front of the hips. And then bring that hand across the body and dab over the other shoulder. Big stretch in the ribs on the left. And then switch sides. Plant that hand. Take the other hand. Sweep it large and over the shoulder. Big stretch now on the right ribs. We'll take it one more time each side. Plant the hand and dab over, keeping the heart lifted. Lengthen out through that side body. Inhale through the center and exhale into that twist and stretch. Good job. Okay, let's come on over onto our hands and knees. We'll begin with a little cat-cow this evening. Always like to warm up the spine with that. So looking forward for Bidhilasana. Exhale, arch the back up for Marjariasana. And take your time, whatever degree you want to involve your spine with that. And then walk the hands, one handprint forward as you lean the hips back, coming towards our child's pose, letting your ears come between the biceps. Plant the hands, float it forward, tuck the toes, coming to your plank. Push the left heel towards the mat, switch to the right heel, stretching out the backs of the legs. Now push the tailbone up for our down dog. Soften your knees a lot so that that chest really comes towards the thighs and your ears land between your biceps. Then drop your right heel down. See if you can get it all the way down to the mat. This is more of a calf stretch for me. And then switch sides, left heel towards the mat. Then roll up onto the balls of your feet and slowly let both heels come down towards the mat. The chest pressing towards the thighs. Inhale forward to your plank, drop your knees. And then we're going to stand in our table here. Sweep that right arm up and exhale, thread the needle, reaching the ear towards the mat and the shoulder. Inhale, plant the right hand, sweep the left hand up and thread the needle on this side. Inhale, hands back. Exhale, push the tailbone down. Reach the hands back to grab your heels. You can tuck the toes if you'd like to, and then roll up into your camel. Now, an option that's a little easier for most people's back is just a half camel. So dance your camel, hand on the heel, other hand up, and then switch sides. Once more, switching and breathing. There we go. Feel that stretch inside of you and switch and breathe. You can also tuck your toes so that your heel's a little higher. Inhale, reach both hands up, and then a big scoop of the air as you land your hips. Namaste, and switch it out. Big scoop of the air. And plant the hands down. A little cat-cow. We'll take that sequence once again. Inhale the right hand up, thread the needle. Inhale the left hand up. Exhale, thread the needle. Inhale, hands come down in front of you. plant the hips on the heels, sweep the hands back, option to tuck the toes. Lean on the left heel as they reach the right hand up to the sky. Good stretch here. And switch. Get long in the side body as you switch over. And inhale and exhale, switch in the twist. Dance the camel over to the other side. Beautiful. Both hands, inhale up. Draw a big arch with the hands. And namaste. Inhale the opposite way. All the way back up. Exhale, plant the hands. Very good. Okay, pressing on our hands now. We're going to bring our heels together and push into the hands as the hips come back, feeling a soul stretch. So you want to draw the heels close together so you get good stretch on the bottoms of the feet. There we go. Then untuck the toes, let the toes come down on the mat, and lift your heels, your knees. And then switch one more time. Give it a good stretch. And this time walk your hands back, coming into your squat. Lift the hips up. A little softness in your knees if that's helpful, or begin to pedal out the legs. Slide the hands up the shins. Half lift, okay? So we want a nice, strong, flat back. Let the belly fill with breath. Exhale, scoop it in. Inhale, fill. Exhale, scoop it in. Draw those shoulder blades down the back so you have a lot of strength in your back. Big breath. Exhale, fold. Let the head hang. Release the neck left and right. And then sweep your hands behind you. Squeeze those glutes and unfold the hips. Tall mountain and release. Beautiful. Okay. A little balance now, and it's going to be a gentle one, and that's a star posture. So pick your foot to land on and open up into your star and breathe with me. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, however you're doing in your balance, know that it's a practice, not a perfect. So just enjoy it. 5 on the other side. 4, 3, 2, 1 more. And release. Okay, let your hands as your feet go nice and far apart. We're going to take more star posture here. So let the heels be out a little further than the toes. And then give your glutes a good squeeze so the front of your hips open up. Find your star. Arms out to the side. And gently bring that left hand over to the outside of the right leg. And bring it all the way down as far as is comfortable. Twisting your star. Engage the back body so you can lift that hand up and out. Beautiful. Okay, other side, bring that right hand to the outside of the left leg and slide it down. Draw the heart towards the knee. Then strong in your back, feel that energy coming from the core, the base of you, and sweep that arm out and open. There we go, strong back, okay? So on the way down, it may feel good to actually have that support of your leg as you're coming down, and then open it up. Bring it down. On the opening, engage that back body so it's nice and strong. One more time each side. Exhale down, inhale up. Strong in your back. Exhale down, inhale up. Beautiful. Okay. Heel toe together and meet me at the top of your mat for a little flow. We'll start with a little bit of a half salutation. So find the tallness in your spine and reach up. We'll take a side bend to the left. Inhale through center. Exhale, side bend right. Inhale, tall. Exhale, fold. Inhale, a half lift. And fold. Inhale, sweep back to the top. Side bend left. Inhale through the center. Side bend right. Inhale, center. Exhale, fold. Inhale, a half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep it up. And side bend left, center, side bend right, and center. Exhale, fold. Inhale, a half lift, and fold, and sweep it back up, and release. Okay, now let's move on to our flow tonight. We got a good start there in the body. Find your mountain. Inhale, sweep up. Exhale, fold at the hips. Inhale, a half lift. Exhale, fold, step back on the right, drop your knee down. We'll take that low lunge, okay? Beginning our little stretches here. Exhale, bring the hands down and draw that left leg long so you get a good hurdler stretch and you start to feel that stretch in the back of the back body, okay? And then walk it back up here. Open the arms up, lift the heart. Let those arms keep coming back until they come down to the mat. Tuck your toes, step back for your plank. And then go ahead and take your flow here, knees, chest, chin. In cobra. Exhale, down dog. Inhale the right foot up, stack the hips. Bring that right knee behind the right wrist. Always like to have my block for a pigeon here. And slide that chin forward for your pigeon stretch for a couple breaths. And one more. Slide the shin back and return that right foot to the sky. On the exhale, bring it forward between the hands. Plant both hands. With the next exhale, step to forward fold. Inhale for a half lift and fold. Inhale, sweep it up and release. And we'll take that on the other side now. Inhale, tallness. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. And fold, step back, left knee down. Drop your hips forward, arms up, that low lunge. Exhale, let's take that hamstring stretch. So draw your toes back. Can you feel the back of the calf? Feel the back of the hamstring there, getting a good stretch. And then walk it up. Tuck your toes. Oh, first we're going to lift our arms up. And then let the arms come out back. And plant and frame the foot. Reach the right foot back to meet the left. And take your flow here. Knees down, chest and chin. Inhale with the heart. And exhale, down dog. Inhale the left foot up. Bend the knee and stack the hips. And then the left foot comes forward, or the left knee. We're going to take pigeon on this side. So slide that shin forward a little bit to get more of an external stretch in the outer hip. Option to tuck the back toes to intensify that stretch if that's what works for your hips. And breathing. Then draw the leg back a little bit, frame out your hands. Let that left leg sweep up to the sky for a good extension and step it forward between the hands. With the next exhale, step to forward fold. Inhale, a halfway lift and fold. Inhale, sweep it up and release. Okay. There we go. We've had our first good flow. Now let's move on to our next one. The little bugs are getting me on the outside here, so I'm having to use my ponytail to swish them away. All right, finding your mountain posture. Inhale, we'll sweep those arms up. Exhale, folding at the hips. Inhale, a half lift. Exhale, fold, step back on the right, bring the knee down. We're going to take just a little different move this time. So drop into your low lunge, then bring that right hand to the right knee and sweep the left hand back for a twist. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, frame the foot, hamstring stretch, hurler stretch. Draw the toes back. And then walk it up, coming to your runner's lunge, so tuck the back toes. Bring the block to the inside of the hip of the foot and really let that low lunge give you a solid stretch there. And now draw that left hip back for that pyramid style. So that left hip really lengthens. Feel the tailbone turn up and the back of that hamstring get a good stretch. Keep a little micro bend in the knee there. It intensifies as you draw your heart towards your knee. Surfing your stretch. At any time you can inhale into that runner's lunge, lifting the heart, and then back to that pyramid stretch. One more time, coming forward into the runner's lunge, and then exhale back into pyramid stretch. Now as you come forward, we're going to press the 2 feet apart and rise up into our crescent lunge, first with our tall hands, and then we're going to let our arms drop into cactus. So shoulder blades are back. Keeping that left knee right over the ankle, drop the back knee. Inhale it up, exhale it down, inhale it up, making our legs super strong here. One more time. Beautiful. Frame your feet and step back for your flow. Knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga. Inhale to cobra or up dog. We all meet in down dog. Inhale the right foot. Step it forward between the hands and leave the left hand down as you keep the spine long and rotate into your dragonfly twist. Stack the shoulders. Beautiful. Bring the hand down, step to forward fold. Half lift and fold. Sweep it back and up and release. Catch your breath. Feel the body releasing and relaxing a bit. And let's take those moves on the other side. Find your mountain, feet parallel with the long edge of the mat. Sweep those hands up. And exhale, swan dive. Beautiful flat back, forward fold. Inhale, a half lift. Exhale, fold, step back on the left. Coming into that low lunge, letting the hips sink, letting the hands raise up. The left hand goes to the right knee and sweep back in your twist. Inhale, the hands go up. Exhale, frame the foot, draw the hip back. Gonna get a good stretch in the back of our hamstring. Bring your toes back. Lengthen the tailbone down behind you and maybe even lean your heart a little bit forward. Do you feel that stretch? Walk the hands forward, coming into our runner's lunge. So tuck that back heel, back toes. Bring the block to the inside of the foot. This is where it's lovely to let your hips sink a little. Feel that stretch as your heart lifts. Now we're going to take the hamstring stretch. So bring that right hip way back, lengthen out through the back of that right leg. Keep the spine long and then the heart folds towards that knee, but keep a little bend in the knee. Inhale forward, runner's lunge, lifted heart. And exhale, coming back. Draw that right hip way back. Inhale forward, and exhale, draw it back. As you inhale forward, now we're going to take, coming from our runner's lunge into crescent lunge. So push your 2 feet apart and lift up into your crescent lunge. Then drop your elbows so they're in cactus. Feel the sturdiness of your footing. Drop the back knee as much as you'd like and then lift it up. And again, strengthening our legs one more time. And beautiful. And then fold. Step the right foot back to meet the left. And take your flow. Knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga. Up dog or cobra. We all meet in down dog. Inhale the left foot up. And bring it forward between the hands. Keep the right hand down as you stack your shoulders in that dragonfly twist. And then come to forward fold. Inhale for a half lift and fold. Squeeze your glutes, reach the arms back and release. Empty coat sleeves. Okay, how are you doing? Are you feeling like you're getting warm at this point? Let's find another flow, and this time we'll take a B series. So standing at the top of your mat, reach the hands a little behind you, soften in the hips and knees, and then sweep up into your chair. Press the heels apart. Breathe. 3, 2, 1 more breath. Exhale, fold. Inhale, a half lift. And exhale, fold and step it out for your plank. We'll take our flow here. Keep your elbows in and push to down dog. Inhale the left foot up. Exhale, bring it forward between the hands for your runner's lunge. 2 feet pressing apart. Rise to crescent lunge. Let the hips sink, but the back heel is lifted and the knee. Then bring your hands down to the block on the inside of that left foot. Draw the hip back for the pyramid stretch. Feel that tailbone lift, the heart reach forward and down. And then soften the front knee, walk over the block, coming to a tripod position, standing split. Lift the back foot up. Look behind you. You can do it. Then an option to take that block and take it out at a 45-degree angle from the foot. Rotate the hips so that they are facing me. Lift the right hand up for Ardha Chandrasana, half moon. Flex the back foot. Lift tall up out of the pelvis. And then gently bring that foot back down. Coming to runner's lunge, we're going to let the back heel come down, the toes point out to 3 o'clock. And then we're going to sweep up, warrior 2. Okay, on warrior 2, it's 1 lane of traffic. The feet are pressed apart, the front foot at 12 o'clock, the back toes at 3 o'clock. And the arms are parallel to the earth, reaching away from each other. The shoulders are soft. Find the breath in the low belly. Take a good 3 to 5 breaths here. And begin to straighten that front leg. You know we're coming to a hamstring stretch, right? This is Trikonasana. So draw that left hip way back, float the hands out, and bring the hands down. The left hand down, the right hand up. Keep drawing that left hip way back. Feel the lengthening of the back of that left leg. Keep the space at the base of the spine. Torso floats over that top of that thigh. And then switch to reverse triangle. So the foot still stays in the same position, but the hands switch. Feel that tallness as the left hand reaches up And gently keep pulling that left hip back as you float it down to triangle again. Beautiful. Inhale it back up, reverse triangle. Exhale, come down into your triangle. Staying here for 3 breaths. Reverse triangle, 3 breaths. And triangle. Back of that leg is nicely stretched, and slowly bring yourself back to warrior 2. Finishing here with 3 breaths. Windmill those arms, let them come down to frame the foot. Step back. Take your flow here, knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga. And we meet in down dog. Take a breath here, and then raise that right foot up. Exhale, bring it forward between the hands. We're in that runner's lunge. Press the 2 feet away from each other. Rise for crescent lunge. The hips sink just a bit. And as they sink, reach for your block. Bring it to the inside of that right foot. Draw the right hip back. Here we're lengthening and stretching out that hamstring again. I enjoyed having a research article shared with me this last week about the benefits of stretching and how stretching actually leads to strengthening. So more than just range of motion, we also get stronger. Coming forward into our runner's lunge and then walking over the block, tripod the hands out, lift the back foot. Keep the pelvic bowl level so that you're not sinking into that right foot or the standing leg. Then an option is to take that block out from 45 degrees from that front foot, stack the hips, flex the back foot, Ardha Chandrasana, half moon. Breathing. And then letting that foot come down. We're going to take a runner's lunge initially, but drop the heel so the toes go out at 9 o'clock. And we'll sweep our arms up, and we're going to find our way to warrior 2 on this side. Keeping that front knee right over the ankle. And breathing. A handful of breaths here in this strengthening warrior 2. Now begin to straighten that front leg. So really pull that right hip back. Float the hands out. Keep drawing that right hip back as your right hand drops to the inside or outside of that right leg. Stay away from the knee, but below or above the knee. Trikonasana, really pulling that right hip back. Anchoring with the back foot. And reverse triangle. So switching just the hands. The feet stay the same. Now you might feel that your footing is getting a little more space. So if you actually want to lengthen out your triangle, do so. And then gently, with control, feel the core of you lifting up and flipping over into triangle. Keep that center of you strong. Breathing right from just below the belly button. Keeping a little micro bend in the knee. And coming back, reverse triangle. Gently and in control, triangle. Float it back, reverse triangle. And extend again from that strong base of the spine. Back to triangle. 2 breaths. Gently bring that knee back into alignment with the front ankle. Warrior 2. Your shoulders might be getting a little tired here. See if you can just soften in them. Breathing. And then windmill the hands down to the mat. Step that right foot back to meet the left. And take or skip your flow here. Inhaling to cobra or up dog. Tucking your toes. Pushing the hips high for down dog. Pausing there for 3 to 5 breaths. Taking your gaze between the thumbs and on the exhale, walking or hopping forward, forward fold. Inhale for a half lift and fold. Soften the hips and knees as you reach behind you and sweep up into your chair. 3 breaths. And push up. Releasing. Beautiful. That B series is an intense series, isn't it? All right, let's take a little bit more flow practice, but just to kind of draw us into our core practice as we come to near the end of our practice today. Finding your mountain posture, feel the weight in the heels, the toes spreading, and just check in with yourself. How are you doing in practice? Listening to what you need and caring for what you find. Inhale, let those arms come up. Soften in the knees and the hips, coming into your chair. Heels spreading. Exhale and fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold and step out to your plank. Taking 2 to 3 breaths here. Keep the tailbone lifted a little bit. Push to down dog. Let the heart sink towards the thighs and stretch out the back of the legs. When you're ready, float forward into plank. 5 breaths. Keep the neck long. Option to float 1 foot for a breath, and then the other foot for a breath. Push the hips up. Take a breath here. Chest reaches for the thighs. Float it forward to plank. 3 to 5 breaths. Feel the core strengthening. One more. Walk your knees through your arms and come down onto your hips. Now we'll roll ourselves all the way back down. And we'll put our thumbs underneath our tailbone. Bring your shins into tabletop. And then push the feet away. Slowly keep the slow back tight to the earth as the heels come down. Squeeze the glutes at the bottom and then sweep them up to the top. Slowly letting the heels come down as you inhale. Glute squeeze on the bottom and exhale up. Inhale, open. Exhale up. 2 more times. Once more. Plant your heels on the mat. Let your hands out underneath the tailbone. We're going to take a bridge now. Roll your shoulders under. Spread your toes. Let the weight come into your heels. Push the small of the back down towards the mat as you roll the hips up. Squeeze the glutes. Let the knees come together. Push into the heels and the shoulders. Lift the chin. Find the abdominal muscles and the pelvic floor muscles. Squeeze it all in with the exhale. One more breath here in bridge. Slowly unwind the spine. And then as you bring your knees in, place a block between your ankles, your feet. And let that come up like a leg's up the wall, but cage the back of your neck or your head. Reach the right arm to tap on the outside of the left ankle, and then switch. Left hand on the outside of the right. Exhale up. Inhale back. And follow your breath. One more time on each side. And bring your block in, set it down, and let your energy go. Big breath in and release. Take your block, slide it underneath the sacrum. Roll your shoulders under and let your knees come in as your heels float up for Viparita Karani, legs up the wall. And just feel the length of your hamstrings, the back of the legs. Slowly let the heels drift apart for a bit of an inner thigh stretch. Option to circle the ankles. And then letting the heels come back together. Draw the left knee in as the right heel drifts down towards the earth. Walk your hands up the back of that left leg, drawing that knee towards your nose. Breathing here. And then gently switching sides. The left heel go long as you draw your hands up the back of the right leg. Let that knee come towards your nose. Breathing. One more breath. Bringing both knees in, slide your hands between the knees, reaching for your calves or your ankles or your big toes for a happy baby. Letting the breath slow down a bit. And then releasing your heels. Letting the heels come down to the earth. Soles of the feet coming together. Rock the hips a little bit left and right. And then bring the bottoms of the feet up to the earth. Plant your heels. Bridge the hips up. And let the block out from underneath you. The left leg can go wrong and bring the right knee into the left hand. You might take the right knee a little bit out first to the right in the right hand, and then switch it across to the left hand, bringing it across the body, letting it reach out in front of you. You take your gaze in a long spinal twist out behind you with the right hand. Nice breath in and a releasing and exhale. Slide that hand underneath the right knee and bring yourself back to center. We'll let our right leg go long this time. Left knee into the left hand and let it come out a bit to the left. And then switch it into the right hand and have it come all the way out in front of you. Take your gaze out behind you with the left hand. Long spinal twist. Take a big breath in. And let it go. Slide the right hand underneath the left knee and slowly bring yourself back to center. And begin to unwind yourself into our final resting posture. I have a little script I'm wanting to read tonight during our Shavasana. So please unfold your body and prepare yourself for the Shavasana. Using anything that you have there to increase your ability to rest. Because deep rest is very healing. Blocks can support you under your thigh bones and help make your low back comfortable, or perhaps a towel under your knees. Remember, this time is for you. Let the arms and legs fall away from the body, and the earth is yours. Take all the space you need. Take a nice full breath in and release. Softening into your body, lengthening the neck. Softening the face, the eyes, the jaw, and the throat. Allowing yourself to be open and receptive to the fullness of this moment. Letting the sounds around you come to you, dropping sweetly onto your ears and echoing through your body and heart. Yielding the flesh of your body to gravity, softening like a body of water. Feel your bones resting heavily and growing heavier with each exhale. The sweet air is all around you. You easily receive each nourishing breath. With each exhale, feel the weight of the front body relax and release. Softening into the body, sensing all the life that is here. Tingling and bubbling, vibrating, or stillness. Feeling and noting the life right here. Open and receptive. Resting your heart now on your breath over the heart. Resting your attention on your breath over the heart. beginning to deepen your breath. Feel that expansion inside of your body from the breathing. Perhaps finding a little movement or enjoying the stillness. Lengthening out the body in a bit of a stretch. Or drawing your knees in towards your chest and giving them a gentle hug. When you're ready, coming to a seated posture to close our practice time together. Thank you for your presence and for your practice. May you have a beautiful week. Om Shanti. Namaste. Well, thank you so much for joining me in practice. Our practice went a little quicker this evening, I think, because I was being joined by the little guys, the little insects. Kept me moving through practice. All right, well, I hope you have a beautiful week, and always love to hear from you, whether on chat or an email. And I hope you're taking good care of yourself. Bye-bye.